I want to go to this organization and tell them all these fantastic things. We're going to offer all the spiritware. We're going to offer phone cases, mugs, and all this great stuff. You can overwhelm not only the client, but yourself with trying to organize like what files go where, how exactly do they want these 75 products that I picked out to look, understanding the opportunity that exists, but maybe being a little too excited about this opportunity and saying, like, I can set up your website. Yeah.
That's gotten us into a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Oh, we can do that. We can do this. We can do a whole bunch of things.
For anyone who wants to go out there and do this, again, I am more than happy to be your wingman in this adventure. But the number one thing that I have learned is just to start small. Regardless now of the type of organization that I'm trying to work with, I usually just go with one product. And even if they don't want to do like a full product launch or do a huge push on all their social media, just doing one product at like one small event can show them how all of this works together. And they can wrap their head around, okay, great. Like we just sent them to this link, they purchased, we didn't have to do anything after that point, and we got a paycheck from Nate, at end of the month, which is awesome. Like, let's now scale this thing up. Can we pick more products? Can we do a full website? Can we do this for our largest event of the year that everyone's kind of like counting on something like this to work for? So those conversations are a lot easier to happen, or to have rather, after you've kind of proven how the system works with just one product. So I'm pretty, there's not too many things that I'm unwilling to move or budge on, but that is definitely one of them. I'm like, regardless of how big you guys want to dream, which I'm totally cool with, let's just start with one product, one design, and for one specific group where, if you want to blast that out to everybody, that's kind of on them, like how far they want to push that thing. But I definitely try to limit to just one product. That way we can start small and see how everything works. And if there's any, things that go haywire, we can explain it in a little bit more of a controlled environment than like, hey, we picked the biggest event of the year for you guys to do this on. And for some reason, this link wasn't tied in properly. So now we're missing out on all this traffic. Like those type of things hurt a lot more than they should if you just took your time and started small. So there's a lot of stories and bad feelings coming back. Again, just thinking about all the lessons that I've learned over the last 3 years of doing this. But just take that with, my seal of approval that, just telling the client to kind of limit their expectations for this first one, or at least their dreams for this very first launch that you guys are going to do, has never bit me in the back. It's always been a good idea to do that, just limiting it to one product. So something to think about, but definitely if, again, you're going to go out there and try this thing, try to just do one product, even getting them a samples in hand, which requires a little bit money up front, but that will just allow them to wrap their head around what's actually going on here, and then allow them to dream a little bit more realistically in future so they can understand all the moving parts.
It might seem counterintuitive, especially if you're like getting revved up and you and this person has a really good connection, you want to start doing something right away. Like being able to slow things down and make them realistic. Like Nathaniel said, even with our big clients that we're taking on now, we still try to get them one product, one event, like start very slow. Let's start building this trust. Let's start building this relationship before we go hog wild and start doing all of these things. We kind of know a little bit more of what we're capable of now. So it's a little easier for us to kind of gauge where these opportunities should go or how much time, energy, and effort this should take. But starting things slow, even at where we're at, trying to partner with a whole bunch of people, is still a very wise decision.
This can, again, feel super overwhelming. Start small. You can feel like I want to go to this organization and tell them all these fantastic things. We're going to offer all the spiritware. We're going to offer phone cases and mugs and all this great stuff. But you can overwhelm not only the client, but yourself with trying to organize like what files go where, how exactly do they want, these 75 products that I picked out to look, all these different things that you can kind of get yourself into a hole with just by understanding the opportunity that exists, but maybe being a little too excited about this opportunity and saying, like, I can set up your website.
Yeah, that's gotten us into a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Oh, we can do that. We can do this. We can do a whole bunch of things. And they go, oh my God, we said yes to all of that. We gotta reconsider how we're going about it.
Yes, it can feel very overwhelming.
It has hurt us to just get too rambunctious and take on too many projects. I don't want to say any ones that have had a horrible falling out. We haven't had any like terrible things that have blown our face, just things that have taken a lot more time, energy, and effort than we could see were worth it. And I think that's why Nathaniel wants to jump on a lot of calls with people now, is just like to help you avoid a lot of those pitfalls. Start slow, do one thing at a time, make sure that you can accomplish that task, seeing all of the connections back and forth that you have to go. This person needs this logo, this person needs this, they need the certain size, they need it in a certain file type. Who needs to talk to who? When does this stuff need to go live? Do we meet the deadline? Do we miss the deadline? Like all of that is things that you're going to have to learn while working with somebody. And especially if you don't fully understand like all of different platforms or POD opportunities, you could get yourself into a lot of trouble and missing deadlines and then making it look really bad on yourself by just a small miscommunication of just knowing, oh, I didn't fully understand how long this was going to take. Even when we were working with Amazon, where it was like, oh, 24 hours, we can get that stuff up, no problem. We ran up to a deadline where it was like, hey, these people are trying to do this fundraiser tomorrow. We should, in theory, if things work correctly, make this work. We can give you the link even before it goes live because there's normally a process for that. We gave them the link. It never went live. It never got out of the draft stage. I don't remember what they call it now, revision, but it never went live. And then that deal didn't go through. They were understanding and say, oh, it should have been live. We saw it. Then it didn't actually go public. It was just the one link, but you couldn't actually purchase it. It's something on Amazon's end. They understood that and allowed us to continue to work with them. But it was just like, we shouldn't do things in a rush like that. Even if we think, hey, all things look like they'll line up, they could still fall apart just due to unknown circumstances. We haven't had a problem like that since. But it was just, the one time where this thing is down to the wire, it kind of blows up in our face.
Yeah, hopefully you guys are encouraged by all this information and not feeling crushed or overwhelmed. Maybe last week was a good place to stop because people were taking action, so we don't want to overburden you guys with information. But just thinking about, again, some of those painful interactions and conversations that I've had, I'm like, let me put a little bit more information out there and encourage you guys, strongly encourage you guys this weekend or this week or moving forward that I want to help you guys with this part of the business. So I am willing to help you guys through this because I believe there's so much power in this type of partnership. Just a strong encouragement that I do want to be here. I do want to help you guys out with that. And so that's what I'm setting up a Calendarly link for you guys to go to and actually set up time to speak with me. I am going to charge for this time, but I think it's well worth it because what we're trying to teach you guys is incredibly useful, like especially if you're a well-networked person, like some of the people that we've been talking to the last couple of weeks. Like it's really exciting to get to see what this type of business or what type of partnership, what am I looking for? Project. This type of project can bring to certain organizations and for your network. This can really help you grow your network and expand what you're capable of doing and who you're able to help. So it's very exciting.